I'm gonna go through all of TwitchCon. I have an idea. There were a couple of things. Well, there was specifically, well, there were 2 nights for me. They were a little like, ooh, you know, I don't want to say I got Emi-rude, because that would be taking away from her thing, but I did get sort of touched on a karaoke stage. If you were in Joe's stream, you know what I'm talking about. I'll show you guys the clip here in a second. But anyways, Joe short shorts. Dude, Joe, okay, hold on. So I'll start from the beginning. We'll do this in a sequential order. I enjoyed TwitchCon. It was awesome. I will say a couple of things, you know, like the whole security situation or whatever with Emi-ru or what have you. Like, a lot of big creators weren't going this year, and then that was kind of, their reasoning was kind of justified after this TwitchCon. Granted, I don't have any stalkers, really. A, I'm not nearly popular enough. B, I'm not an e-girl, you know, unless you watch my most recent YouTube video, in which case I was an e-girl for a little bit. Anyways, TwitchCon was dope. Aside from convention-specific things, I just like meeting up with the guys, with the fellas. I mainly hung out with Zeusy and Joe and Coachard and Brady and the group fellas. And who else? And did I say Joe already? Joe, Brooke. Did you kiss Joe? No. Joe's not one of the friends you can, like, smooch. Joe's not one of those guys. He'll be like, oh, what the fuck, you know? Zeusy, I could probably kiss. Let's see. Really anybody else. Joe wouldn't really go for a kissing. Like, I imagine if I was like, he would just be uncomfortable. So I haven't tried yet. I don't know. Maybe I'm totally having a misread on that. But we got some collabs planned with Joe and crew. We're gonna do a boys game night. It was so much fun, dude. The convention in and of itself, I'm a social creature. I like meeting people. I like meeting fans. Took a lot of pictures. It was pretty awesome. I enjoyed that. I was mainly at the GAMERSUPPS booth. If you're buying GAMERSUPPS, use code FELLA for 10% off. That was fun. Saw Swagger Souls. Every time I see Swagger Souls in person, which has been 3 times now, I want to be like, hey man, people say that I sound like you, but that comes across crazy, because he'll just be like, okay. You know, like if someone said that to me, I'd be like, all right, I guess, you know? So I've had to bite my tongue from saying that, but it's literally like half of the comments, especially in the beginning. It'd be like, is bro Swagger Souls or whatever? And I have to bite my tongue every single fucking time. Let me tell you guys, this is the first con, since Joe has had his like crazy surge to like superstardom, I got approached so many times, and I was like, hello, how are you? Are you a big fan? And then they'd be like, Hansumfella, whatever. And then their true colors would show at the end. They'd be like, so where's Joe? They'd be like, can you call Joe? Or like some people would be like, Joe's friend, oh shit. And I'd be like, god damn it, dude. So many people, like that happened. Probably half of the interactions I had at the tail end, they'd be like, so where's Joe? I'd be like, god damn it, dude. You don't care about me, you just care about Joe. You want to find him. All right, let's start from the top. So we'll do a TwitchCon recap. I'll show you guys something I made. And then we'll do, and by made, I mean I just like made a blank Canva document. And then after that, we're gonna do some reacts. I'll watch some videos, maybe take a look at the bedrooms. I did vet out the bedrooms last time, but I guess I glanced over the pornography, but I vetted them out again. After or prior to me recording that YouTube video. Also, speaking of, new YouTube video just dropped. Don't watch it now, watch it after. If you want to see me with big fucking tits, check it out. Check this out, bitch. TwitchCon recap. This is some fucking high production quality. Okay? I am mad prepared. Here we go. So we'll go. Okay, so here's me. Here's mainly everyone I hung out with. Wait, where's Brady? I could have sworn I had a picture of Brady in here. This guy I will explain later. He's a firefighter. His name is Chad Bertell. Hold on. His name is Chad Bertell. Hold on. We'll get to that later. Fuck, where's Brady? God damn it. Alright, so basically, so I flew, that is red. Alright, so here we go. Flew in from Austin, Texas. And I got recognized a good bit in Austin, Texas, which makes sense because everyone is a fucking streamer in Austin, Texas. So I was flying in, flew into San Diego. Took me a fucking hour Just use MS Paint. I couldn't figure out how to use Paint. Like, I couldn't figure out how to get the little pictures to move or whatever. So, I mean, this part you probably could have guessed. Flew in, and I met some guy. This is unnecessary, but I met some guy at a party later who sat behind me. I don't know. I'm trying to pan out my Thursday. Okay, so there we go. Blah 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 blah. Flew in. Oh, I remember something. So I lost my fucking card. All right. So I lost my fucking card, and they were like, "We can't check you into the hotel." And I was like, I was all sad. So then I walked all the fucking way to Chase Bank. All right, and Chase is next to a Chipotle. So I get there because I need a physical card, and Chase is like, "Go fuck yourself, you'll get it on Monday." I was like, "Well, I'm leaving on Monday." So then I go over to Chipotle, I have a bowl by myself. Homeless guy follows me into the Chipotle, and he's like, "Hello, can you get me some chicken?" And I was like, "Did you just fucking follow me into this Chipotle? No, I'm not gonna sit here in line while you make a bowl. That makes no goddamn sense." I mean, if you sat outside and asked for like a handful of chicken, I would do that, you know? But he followed me all the way in, and he was like, "Can you give me some chicken?" And I was like, "No." Anyway, so I go back to the hotel, blah, blah, blah. As it turns out, you don't need a physical card. They could use Apple Pay. So I did a lot of bullshit for nothing. I got checked in late. Then, there's the partner party. The big partner party at the convention center. Really nothing interesting happened there. I did drink, whatchamacallit, no alcohol White Claws with Sneeg's wife. I guess I should have finished that sentence faster. I didn't drink. I was with everybody. Hey, guys. Fuck. Because she's pregnant. So I was like, "You're also in recovery. That's interesting." She was like, "No, I'm pregnant." I was like, "Fuck." I was like, "You also have a problem. That's pretty cool." And she was like, "Oh, nope, I am pregnant." I was like, "Oh, okay." So it's the partner party. I didn't download a picture of the partner party. Imagine maybe this. I don't know. Imagine this, but more people and more dancing. I met a lot of people from the video. Well, never mind. Can't say that. Met a lot of people from a video that I was in that will drop in November. And I met a lot of streamers, a lot of people in Austin I'm friends with. It was pretty cool. Pretty cool shit. And then we leave to go to Happy Does. This is Happy Does. This is the big fucking spot where everyone hangs out. And this is all Thursday. This is all night one. Oh, what's up, everybody? Hey. Oh, shit. And Coach Hard is here as well. So, okay, we're all here. We're having a good time. I don't drink, as you guys know. So, I'm like, all right, why don't we keep up the drink pace with Red Bulls? And I didn't realize how much people are fucking drinking. So I had 8 goddamn Red Bulls. My heart felt like it was going to explode. I probably would have been better off drinking alcohol. I had like 8 sugar-free Red Bulls. My heart felt like it was going to blow up. I was so fucking sweaty. I don't know if I had 8, but I had like 6. Yeah, so I'm sweating my ass off, and they have karaoke. And you guys know me. I'm a big karaoke guy. I enjoy karaoke. It's fun. Joe pays. I'm fucking waiting goddamn forever. Okay, we're all hanging out. We're all talking. Joe's girl is here. What the fuck is this? Brooke is here. Hey, I'm Brooke. I'm a girl. Zeus's girl is here. Hello, I'm Jim. My agent. I met my agent. I'm fucking waiting goddamn forever to do the Humpty Dance. All right. If I look into a crowd for karaoke and it's 50% black people, I'm doing the Humpty Dance. And if it's like a lot of unks, they love the Humpty Dance. They love it. I signed up for that song, and I did do that song, and I've been waiting forever, and fucking Joe, goddamn Moneybags Joe, is like, "Here's $30. Let me do the Creed song." Granted, we all went up and performed the song. So, which first of all, Joe did not strike me as a person that would do karaoke. I think he just got drunk enough, and his girlfriend was coercive enough to get him to do karaoke. So, we're all singing, and it's a good time. And then suddenly, I feel a hand on my shoulder. Suddenly I feel a hand on my shoulder, and this old guy has come up behind me. He's come up on stage. So all of us are on stage singing in a group, and I'm fucking killing it. I'm getting on my knees and shit. I love karaoke. I'm like, hold me now. I'm 6 feet from the edge, and I'm thinking. Granted, I want to make it clear I got on my knees before this guy showed up. So I'm over here, and I'm singing. I'm actually kind of off on the end. Everyone's over here. All right? And I'm singing, and I just feel this guy touch me, and I can only see him in my peripheral. And I also didn't know it was that bad. Like, in the moment, in the heat of the performance, it just kind of felt like some dude was, like, you know, like a buddy wraps their hand around your shoulder or whatever. But this is not the guy. But I could just see this guy in my peripheral. I'm thinking he's friends with Joe and Brooke or, like, any one of these guys. You know, I'm thinking, like, it's probably not Zeus's friend, this 40-year-old white guy. But, no, I mean, I thought it was one of their friends, and I also didn't know he was 40. I didn't know what he looked like. I just felt him, you know? So, he just, like, appears out of nowhere. But the reason it's important that I didn't know all the words, why that's important in the story, is this guy picked up the slack. This guy, like, he just put his hand on my shoulder. He knew every fucking word of the song. So I'm giving him the microphone like it looks like we're like gay lovers or something. So I'm like handing him the microphone. So like the parts that I don't know, which is most parts of the song except for the chorus, I'm like, oh, take it away, my brother. But whole time I haven't turned around and looked at this guy. I'm looking at the crowd. All right. And I think that this is like Joe's friend. So the entire song, I am singing, and then when I need help, this guy is my guardian angel, okay? He knows all the words, so I kind of bring the mic back there, and he's kind of touching my shoulder, but I thought it was in like a friendly way until I saw the video. So at this point, I get off stage. This guy fucking disappears. We didn't see him before, we didn't see him after. He was like an apparatus or something. This guy pulled up, touched me, sang the song, left. Like, it wasn't like he was trying to spit game or something. Like, he literally just went up, did that, left. Just a fucking apparition, a thief in the night that wanted to grope me. He was getting a little close to the chest. So then, hold on, I'll show you guys the clip. This doesn't really capture it because because it's the whole time. Maybe not the whole time, but like like halfway through, like half of the song. And as you can see, I'm fucking in the zone. You doing so much? Well, that was 8 Red Bulls, and also, I'm just a good karaoke guy, you know? I come off stage, and I go up to Brooke, and Brooke comes up to me, and she was like, hey, well, and Brooke is Joe's girlfriend, for those of you that don't know. She comes up to me, and she's like, did you fucking know that guy? The guy that was touching you? I was like, what? I was like, is that not your friend? She was like, the 40-year-old? I was like, what do you mean, the 40-year-old? And then she shows me the video, and I was like, what? Zusi, play it again. Zusi, I gotta call you to explain the Chong Berkeley thing. That'll be a while. That'll be, what was that, night? That was Saturday night? I'm gonna try and get that. I already told my Chad, bro. Alright, here we go.
Behind Hansumfella. Why is the video in fucking 240p?
So look at this guy. Look at him touching me.
Look what Brooke says.
Why is he massaging him?
I just tried to fucking pause his video. So I'm thinking this guy's like a friend, and I'm like, hey, come on now. This isn't even the worst of it. I pray to God Joe didn't show the whole video. I fucking hope he didn't. Because it's not like I could even make a case for, like, this guy assaulting me. Because there's, like, a video where there's a part of the video where, like, we kind of make eye contact, and I'm like, and he's like... So, like, looks like we're gay lovers of some sort. And he wants to grab the microphone. I'm thinking in this moment in time that he is like trying to just grab the microphone. And I'm like, nuh-uh, bitch. But maybe he's trying to hold my hand. No, he looks super gay. Look at how happy I am. I'm so happy to be being touched by this guy. But I was just in the moment having a good time.
Bro, the fucking, yo, and then he like wraps his arm around him at the end. Hansum comes back down. He's like, yo, your friend's awesome. I'm like, what? He's like, you don't know that guy? I'm like, what do you mean? We just walked up on stage. Like, yeah, a lot of us were up.
Why do I do something gay at TwitchCon every year? Last year was kissing Prezzo for too long on the lips. This year was getting... Like, I said he was awesome because he knew all the words. So I was like, I didn't know the word. I would have been fucked without that guy. You know? He was my knight in shining armor in terms of the song. But I didn't know he was, like, molesting me the whole time. I was in the motherfucking zone, brother. Next day. What happened the next day? Not much in terms of the con. Like, this was the main... This is the most time I spent at the con. I'm mainly at the GamerSupps booth. Met Swagger Souls for the second time. I doubt he remembers me. Hung out mainly with the group guys. Group guys hanging out. It was very nice. I haven't seen... I love... Holy fuck, a Burt Chunley. Oh, Coach Yard! Oh my god, Butt Shungle Raid. I am gonna try my best to explain that. Look, I have all the characters from TwitchCon. And look. This is Butt Shungle. Me and the boys are hanging out. I haven't seen Tanner or Grunk or fucking Larry. I guess Yummy's not here. All the homies mainly hung out at the GamerSupps booth. Then I went, and I believe most of this day was... I think I hung out with... Yeah, I met up with... Oh, I remember Zeusy, Joe, Brooke, and the guy that dresses up as Benjamin Franklin. We all hung out, and then I went, and we all ate, and I went home. Got invited to a party. Every night there were, like, parties that, like... Ooh, your ass has to get put on a motherfucking list for this party, bitch. And, like, it's never, like, that crazy. I think it's just to make people feel more important about themselves, you know? And then, if you are really... So, like, me, Joe, and... I'll put the fellas off to the side here. Me, Joe, Zeusy, and their respective girlfriends, and the Ben Frank guy are all in the partner party, and Joe's like... Ooh, I'm gonna go to the fucking Purple Lounge. And if you don't know what the Purple Lounge is, it's like the partner lounge, but for more important people. It's like the fucking Epstein's Island of partner lounges, you know? Like all the big wigs go over there. Maybe not exactly the Epstein's Island of partner... Like, no one's... There aren't any kids over there, you know? At least to my knowledge, I don't fucking know. I haven't been invited to the Purple Lounge or whatever. I enter into the party, and I was like, fuck, I'm not gonna know anybody, and fuck. And I walked in with Tina Kitten and Foolish and Tubbo and Jack Manifold. I just took Jack Manifold's fucking head off. But anyways, I walked in with them. Tina Kitten and Foolish, not that the other people are not sweet. Tina Kitten and Foolish are like the sweetest souls every time I meet them. Tubbo as well. I love Tubbo. We've hung out every TwitchCon except for this one. Some kind of... Well, I mean, I guess if you count this party as like an outing, but he's the homie. I like Tubbo. Well, I like everyone I just mentioned. But Tina Kitten and Foolish are always so sweet. They're just like sweet little souls. So I'm at this party just alone, like floating around, and I'm just like talking to Minecraft people. I ran into Bad Boy Halo, and I had to pretend like I didn't know, like, and this is no, like, shade or anything. Bad Boy Halo is very recognizable as a person. You know what I'm saying? He's a very recognizable guy. So I was like, Bad Boy Halo? I knew it was Bad Boy Halo, you know. I knew who it was. Very recognizable guy. But anyway, so that was mainly that party. The only interesting thing, this isn't even that interesting inherently, but I got mad FOMO. I was just tired, and I was like, fuck. My feet hurt, ouchies. So I leave at midnight. Fucking everyone and their mom shows up after midnight. Everyone and their mom, all my friends. Nick calls me the next day. He was like, it was the funniest shit in the world. And I was like, well, that's fucking great, dude. What the hell? You know, I already had FOMO for leaving early because I was tired. And fucking Apparently it was so much fun. Best party at TwitchCon, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so let's see. Saturday, again, just hung around the GamerSupps booth. Met a bunch of fans. Like I said, every time I met a fan, it was a good interaction. Other than that one girl that made the stank face at me. But she wasn't a fan, obviously. This day was pretty eventful. The con in and of itself, again, it was mainly just me hanging out at the GamerSupps booth, drinking too much caffeine, meeting fans. Oh, I got hemorrhoids at this con. This was the day I figured out I had hemorrhoids, Saturday. So I pooped this morning, and it was all bloody, and I was like, oh, fuck, I got hemorrhoids. So I almost put on my Instagram story, does anyone have Preparation H at the con? So this is the start of Saturday. Hemorrhoids. We went to eat. We all went to eat. How did you magically get hemorrhoids? I just shit my fucking brains out. We're all going to eat. The only significant thing about eating is I hit a nasty stanky leg in the middle of the crosswalk and almost got ran over because I was doing a bit for a vlog. And then we decided, hey, let's go axe throwing. That'll be fun. Everyone goes axe throwing. Here we are. So, yada-da-da-da. I went back to the hotel to poop. Do you guys remember the hemorrhoids? Everything is connected. Okay? I went back to the hotel to poop because I've been having stomach problems and I had hemorrhoids. So I'm la-da-da-da-da back to the hotel. They're fucking throwing axes. We go to this axe throwing place. Apparently, while I was gone, Chris throws a goddamn shovel. It bounces off and just fucking... It didn't hit him in the head. It hit him in the leg, but I don't have a full body image. So he threw a shovel. So there are axes. There are double-hand axes. So he didn't die. He's alive. And the shovels, which I don't even fucking know why shovel is an option. I mean, it was like this. The tip was this big, pause. Like, I don't know how you're going to get this. So it bounces off. Apparently he like ran up really fast and then threw it, and it was like ding 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 right into his leg, deep gash or what have you. So then I show up and I'm like, hey everybody, what's going on? And then he's like bleeding, and I was like, what the fuck happened? So yeah, his leg was bleeding, but my asshole was bleeding from the hemorrhoids. So I mean, we were both bleeding. Granted, I didn't tell any of them this, I don't think. So I was being a silent hero. I was suffering in silence. And now, guys, they have this challenge at this particular axe throwing place. It's called the Wall of Fame. Okay? It's called the Wall of Fame, right? And you have 20 throws to score above a 75. A bullseye is 6, next to a bullseye is 4. So essentially, you have to throw an axe, the big axe, the two-handed axe, which I threw with one hand, by the way. You gotta throw that big motherfucker and at least get a 4 every single time to get on the Wall of Fame. And guess who fucking did it? Guess who fucking did it? Oh! You guys are kind of having the same reaction that everyone had. Like, I did it, and I thought everyone would be like, oh, shit! And, like, Joe and Sneak and Susie and Chris were like, all right, let's go, get ready. I was like, what the hell, guys? Come on. That was crazy, That's the fucking Hall of Fame, motherfucker. Or the Wall of Fame. Hansumfella, 85, you bitch. Hansumfella, 85, look at that. So I'm forever immortalized in the Hall of Fame, or the Wall of Fame over there. So if you just want to, if you're ever in San Diego and you go to the axe throwing place, check it out. I was walking with Zeusy and his girlfriend, and I thought it'd be a funny, exit if I was like, huh, all right, catch you guys later, and then just ripped crazy ass and then walked off. And I did that. I was like, see you suckers later. Super farted. And then we ended up walking the same way. And I was like, fuck. I thought that would be like a magician fucking throws a smoke bomb and disappears or whatever. But I just farted, and then we walked in the same direction. I was like, tough crowd. What are you going to do? We are coming up on a very important part of the saga, and it is going to be damn near impossible for me to explain this in a way that captures how fucking funny it was at the time. So we are all at the bar, all of us, mainly this group of people, there's some other people, but these are the people that are mainly involved in. The name is Chad Bertell. That is the important thing to note here. His name is Chad Bertell. All right? So, we're all hanging out. We're talking about like how we jack off or whatever, and I'm trying to explain to everyone that nutting into the bathtub is not that crazy and a pretty normal thing. All right? And so basically, I look up, and there is a poster at this bar of this man. Okay? And it says, and this poster says, Chad Bertell, whatever year he was born, to 2022, retired, or whatever. And I was like, and I looked up at it, and just as like a throwaway bit, you know, I knew it was his retirement age, or the year he retired, and I knew his name was Chad Bertell, but I was like, fucking rest in peace to Bert Shirtley, or Chunk Bertle. I can't remember what I said. We've had so many fucking iterations of this guy now. And, like, retired from the firefighter force. Firefighter force. He's a firefighter. So I look up and just throwaway bit. I'm like, damn, rest in peace to Berg Shirtley or something like that. I can't remember exactly what I said. The one that started it all. And then, so that was just like whatever. And then we just kept kind of saying his name in different ways. Every single time we said his name was different. It'd be like Burnt Churgley, Chug Bunkles, Fart Chungus. It eventually devolved into Xi Jinping, and like this, this was anticlimactic. Now I'm telling you, it's not going to be nearly as funny as it was, but you guys know those bits. Listen, I'm not going to let you guys poop on my parade. Tears in my goddamn eyes. You had to be there. Chunk Bingus. I believe Chris maybe even said a slur. Oh my god, also, while we were walking down, this dude was fucking hilarious. I've never met Jay before in my life. This guy was goddamn hilarious. We were like, first of all, TwitchCon is the biggest group of Asian women you will ever see. There are Asian women fucking everywhere. Weenie2K? Is that you? You have never seen more Asian women in one place than TwitchCon. I guess Asia. But I mean, in America, literally, like, you have never seen Asian women like you have at TwitchCon. Okay? Or I guess unless you're in Chinatown or something. And we were like, how funny would it be if you just went up to any Asian woman and you were like, ni hao. Just hoping they were Chinese. And then they're like, I'm Vietnamese. You're like, fuck. We go out to eat, and we're just saying, you know, Chunk Bertle, Chert Bertley, Brunk Chingus, or whatever. And, like, so I'm like, what is this guy's actual story? What is his real story? And I Googled it at Meltburger. Chad Bertell is fucking dead. An actual dead guy. He died. I was like, what? So he fucking died, and, you know, may God rest his soul. May God rest his soul. May God rest his soul. That was the year. I don't know why it said retired. I mean, I guess technically he retired then, but he fucking died. And I just said that as a joke. And when I'm trying to explain that he's dead, there are just tears in my fucking eyes. And again, it's one of those things you have to be there for, because, like, from the outside looking in, this guy is just fucking dead. But, like, we had been making fun of his name all night long. And he was real deal dead. So then we just kept saying, like, R.I.P. Chunk Bunchroll or whatever. Or, like, rest in peace to Bert Chungus. And so I did some digging. I watched 3 memorial videos. And I was so high, I made this my background. Okay? And then there were times in the night where I would open my phone, check the time, and be like, nice. We went to a hookah lounge. Zeusy brought us to a hookah lounge, and they would look over, and I'd be watching, like, Chunk Bruntley memorial videos. I stayed up all night face-apping his memorial, but For real, his name, never forget the name, Chad Bertell, may he rest in peace. Rest in peace, Chad Bertell, San Diego firefighter hero. He died. The more research I did, the more bad I felt. He died in a car accident. And it got to the point where we literally forgot his real name. Like, we were like, I have no fucking idea what this guy's name is. But yeah, I was like, he died abruptly. Just like laughing. Oh my god. We all play bowling. The only important part of bowling is that I fucking beat Joe. Joe got dead last of everyone. And then Joe and Brooke. Let me draw Brooke. I don't have a picture of Brooke on my computer. And thankfully so, you know. Joe and Brooke had bought this weed spray. It's like spray that, it's like breath mint spray. It kind of works like that. It's like... So I'm thinking, how fucking potent could a little, like, be? It can't be that bad, you know? Cannot be that bad. Joe and Brooke give me this, and I'm like, fuck yeah, dude, let's go. And I spray it before dinner. That night is the Minecraft, the MCC party, the Lunar Client party, whatever. And I believe the highest I've ever been in my fucking life. Like, I can't even describe to you I was just laying in bed being like, please, I need it to go away. Like, after dinner, or during dinner, Sneeg was talking to me, and like halfway through whatever he was saying, it was like, brr, 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 and I was like, what is going on? And I was just like, haha, yeah, man. And then I napped, trying to nap it off. And then I went to this MCC party. I see everybody, and I'm sweating. I'm so fucking high. I was like, I need to go home. I tried talking to people, and they were like, what is happening with you? I kept forgetting, like, I forgot the name of the place. I walked down the block. I had already looked up the place on my phone. I was like, what was the name of this place? And I passed it and looked it up like 5 times. And then I finally found it, and, like, it was impossible to have conversation. I was wearing a dope-ass outfit, but I was sweating so bad in the outfit. And then I just went home, and I was like, I'm going to change. And then I slept. I left this party. I was there for like an hour, and I slept from 10 p.m. to like 12 p.m. And I woke up like still exhausted. I had to move my flight. That's how late I slept. I slept fucking 14 hours. And, like, I'm, like, meeting Captain Sparkles, and I'm like, ah! Like, my internal monologue is just, like, just fucking banshee screaming. It was so, that night was fucked. Like, I just kept thinking the high would go away, and it kept getting worse. I don't know what the fuck, I don't know how Brooke and Joe, like, sprayed that and maintained being normal at all. Because they said they had sprayed it and were really high at dinner, but I just didn't think it would last that long. It was like an edible. Holy fuck. So that's it. That's TwitchCon. I know that took forever, and a lot of parts I mentioned were wildly unnecessary, but I don't know. That's a stream segment, I guess. It was fun. It was fun. I had a good time, aside from the being really high night and then missing that one party. But I really do. It's not often I get to hang out with, like, I mean, obviously I'll hang out with the Austin crew, but like Joe and Sneeg and Zeusy and all them. It was nice meeting new people. Chris and I may have met like one other time, Jay and Brady. Everybody's very cool. It's also good to see old faces or what have you. Yeah, it was good. It was a good time.